Howdy chaps, and welcome back. We are doing a minor update on the VF Commodore that we're fixing. You might notice that that quarter panel is already much further out. It got very heavily stretched when it got hit right here, so obviously steel that's stretched tends to either go all the way in or all the way out. So when I've got all this area here repaired, I will use a dent pulling machine with the shrinking setting and shrink this steel back down and pull up all the lows and stuff. So I have been very busy, as you can easily tell. Stepping over, there's a munted panel. That was the bit that took the worst of it. The muffler's out, the bumper bar's off, obviously, tail light's out, the second battery's out, other battery's disconnected, and I've been pulling and tugging and porta powering and slide hammering this like it's nobody's business. And you can now see, if you go for the very edge of this quarter panel, instead of it being in here, it's now back out where it should be. So I should have done more viewing, but I sort of wanted to get it done. I've been doing this of an evening after work. So before, we had a huge crease up through here and had some lumps in the floor. It's all coming out slowly but surely. Porta powers are amazing things. I've actually still got to get so this is a brand new panel, genuine. That inner panel's got to be basically out the same width, so, and I've folded up the quarter panel right now so I can get this in and out. Oh yeah, I don't know if you can see under here very easily. Go over like this. That's not very helpful, but all of this was sort of down like that. So we're getting there. This is basically what you do at a crash shop and just pull it out. Although in a crash shop they may give you a new quarter panel and in a wheel tub, but I'm not. I'm going with just repairing. I was going to go to the wreckers and cut a section, but I thought, gee, I wonder what a genuine piece is worth. $70. Oh, why would I go to the wreckers? Then I got a genuine vent majiggy that goes in there. I think it's called a cabin vent. I got a bar slide. I ordered 2 new bars, and I've got the new sort of, I don't know if you see on the bar over there, the bit that inserts into the bar. That whole bar had been folded back on itself, so this one's going to get everything new. I did unfortunately have to go non-genuine bumper bars because they were, no joke, half the price of a genuine. So the 2 aftermarket bars were the same price as 1 genuine. So I was like, But anyway, ordered a new steering wheel. That was only $120. All genuine parts, and at this point in time there is no second-hand parts requiring VIN numbers, which makes a trip through Regency for a referral write-off a piece of cake. If you do not have VIN numbers and you did not use second-hand parts, you will have a much easier time. You just need receipts, that's all you gotta do. And of course I've been progressively taking photos as I'm going and showing what I'm doing, because that's also something you have to do. So just thought I'd give you this rough update. The porta power is a 10-ton one. I think I've still got to order a heat shield for the exhaust because that had a big hole in it, but the muffler seemed to survive without any damage. And somehow I think both the rear suspension control arms survived without any damage. I think I might need to get a guard liner because that one didn't. You're going to need a mud flap for this side, a guard liner, heat shield, and I'm ordered a couple of clips that were missing out of the front bar. But aside from that, and that's not actually got that much tension on it, it's literally just holding it from flicking back into my own face. So all of this, you might have noticed the other day, was over about that far in. So, and there's not actually that much to push on in the boot of these cars because the whole floor is plastic, so don't push on those. And luckily the piece of wood across there is a very good thing, but then of course you get this big beam that runs through here which stops a huge amount of access. So I decided, I looked at the plans, and also one thing you have to do with a repairable ride-ons, if you do any welding or remove any panels, you need to have repair procedures. That is a must. Only useful for cars of a certain age, but anything from about 2005 forwards and newer must have repair procedures for anything welding related. And I had to go through a lot of hoops to get the repair procedures for this Holden, because Holden no longer give them out at their dealerships, and the people who actually have them don't give them out freely, so you gotta, basically it helps to be a crash shop. Luckily I am one, so I was able to get them, but I've got them now, and it basically said drill out spot welds, put like for like back in, etc, etc. I already knew that, but that's just hints for new players. I mean, I was going to have this done, I really am going to get this, I'll have this welded in by this weekend, and probably next week, by the end of next week, I'll have, I reckon, it all body worked and ready to go down to the workshop for some paint, because once I've got this all out and pretty, I've got to get this big hollow that's in here out, and I reckon that's actually in the outer skin, because the inner wheel tub is actually out as far as it can go, so I think it just got really heavily stretched. No biggie. And I'll make sure I get the fuel flap taken and go get colour matched, etc. This is a nice little hole that the cops had put in it at day one when it was a police car. Interesting, they didn't put a grommet back in it when they took it off from being a police car, and I noticed there was all metal filings and junk down the bottom of there that had started rusting. So like I said in one of my other videos, just watch out for where your metal filings end up, because they can cause rust, even on modern cars. But that's a little bit annoying. I think I'm just going to put a grommet in that hole. I don't know why they didn't just put the wires through there. Maybe they didn't see it. I don't know. But I thought I'd do a little update. I've been very quiet lately. But yes, we've still got some to do on it. But we are making a yard. I don't know if that's better or worse. But right where that light is, there was a massive kink through there. It actually had me worried for a couple of minutes, because it was bulging up and over here. So all of that was tucked under, all this was bulged up. Big crease through there, that's all tapped out nicely. Still got to get this one down. This one's proving to be a pain. I don't really want to change the boot floor, because it joins up through there, and you got to take this out, and without an inductor these are very hard to remove, and of course you have to take tow bar off and drill out the spot welds. Not a hard task, but I don't want to do it, so if I can repair it and not weld it, lovely. And I'll dig out my old seam sealer and I'll put some new stuff in, and I can buy this colour in a rattle can, so once I tap that floor out this will come back out. And I'll probably put a nut cert in here, because there was a nut and a bolt for the tray that sat there for the second battery, but I'll put a nut cert in there and get rid of the second nut. Get rid of the nut. Yeah, see, genuine parts. Where they're made. Oh no, that one's made in Australia. Oh my word. Good lord. Tell me it isn't so. Surprised that you can still walk into a Holden parts dealership and get stuff off the shelf, which was awesome. Well, that's enough ramblings. I thought it's going to be a short one, short and sweet, and one big clip, but you know, I thought it'd be a nice little update to see where I'm at. So stay tuned for more. I'll have this done shortly. I don't know if I wasn't gonna film it as a series, just because I need to get it done. So you know, it is what it is. But tomorrow we're back into the XC, so stay tuned for that.